So, for the past games, like I've in M3, I was having like zero death games, like really flawless games, I thought.
Yeah.
But now I've got some replay codes where I really don't know like what went wrong on circuit. I feel like I had a good enough team to win, but I just went 5 and 10.
Yeah. When you've been climbing from this M3 to M1, what do you think helped you out the most, if there's anything?
Uh, I made so I really stopped getting tilted. This one really high ranked player named Lolak, he was like, whenever you get angry, just say not useful. Low key not useful.
Yeah, that's true.
And so
Well,
that's helped me like really switch my focus from off my team and onto my gameplay. And then the couple sessions I had with you, like my gameplay has become way better just from those sessions. And I've gone from M5, like kind of M5, kind of M4, kind of Diamond 1 to just like consistently above M2.
nice.
And so like my survivability mainly and timing my engagements with my team, like you said, enabling the most important cooldowns.
Yeah, so
That's
you,
why I was so
yeah,
lost on circuit
okay.
because I really felt like I was trying to engage with my team, but it just never happened, and I'd die, and then my team would kill everyone. So
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, I see that our previous session we definitely went over just fighting active angles, the timing. There's been a lot about that. That's true.
Mhm.
Okay,
My timing has become really good, and I really feel like the pace of the fight.
that's great.
And,
That's great.
there are so many times where like someone will get picked at the start too, but I resist the urge to int, and then I somehow win the fight.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's always been the thing. Yeah, to be honest, with a lot of tank players in general too, being patient with your engagements is just so much more important. Fight when you have extra advantage, not that disadvantage, so you don't
Mhm.
lose your resources. Yeah, that's true. Okay, okay,
I'll
okay.
send you some codes.
Yeah, okay. We can take a look at those.
I got
Let's see.
I
Mhm.
lost two circuit games, so I think circuit's like my worst map.
Well, circuit is the hardest one for you too, because this map is quite flat. You don't have a lot of high grounds to play around,
Mhm.
and that's where I think the Winston is gonna be really tough. But you obviously can look at the if you look into playing to Winston, just keep in mind that even small things you will get punished for. So you have to somehow solve that.
Yeah.
And if you do, then it's gonna be fine. If not, then yeah, it's um, might be tough. And you just want to also ask yourself, is it worth it to solve those small things, or you can just get more value straight away, the high percentage by playing something like Sig. But
No,
it,
yeah, I'll seriously consider that because it is super hard.
yeah,
Like, especially the first point, that first turn, like, there's only two places I can jump, so they just know where I'm gonna go every time.
yeah,
At least in my opinion. So maybe you could show me something different, but like, ugh.
yeah, exactly. This is always how it looks like. It just, especially on those flat maps, it's just a lot of times so much more difficult. Okay,
Mhm.
that's fine. Well, so out of those games, it doesn't seem like you struggle with anything so far. It just kind of, well, those two circuit pretty
I
well,
can't
but
identify what I struggle with recently. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if it's because my focus started to slip because I was playing so long. I played like 13 games that day or something. Um, So that might have been it. Maybe I should have just stopped for the day. And when I
hmm.
climb today, I'll just hit GM. But I couldn't identify my mistakes, and I kept VOD reviewing, and I was just like, my team, my team, my team, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is where if you also notice your focus switching, then you definitely need to keep in mind what are
Take a
you
break.
focusing on, your goal setting. That's why we exactly have the concepts in mind, so it's easy for you to evaluate the progress. You see, okay, am I doing this
Mhm.
and that better? Are you actually doing self reviews as well? So the
Yeah, like
lens
what I'll
of the
do is
concept.
I'll go up to like the skybox, and I'll just watch the game with like the spectate overlay. And I'm just really trying to look for like, am I activating my team with my bubbles and
Yeah.
like going in while my team is there? Or was that target actually isolated? And how could I determine that they were actually isolated or they weren't?
Hmm. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, this is great. If you been having good time with the timing went much better. I think it's gonna be the most beneficial. Let's see, are there gonna be any other things? Well, Killzone was related to the timing. We talked about that too. I marked that on on our curriculum as well. There's the stuff we could be talking about. Maybe it has to do something with a little bit more rotations, but we did talk a lot about that too in the previous session. Yeah,
This game, I just say like bad jumps, like jumps that just
like
got me
jumps.
killed at the wrong time. Maybe bad positioning, just jumping to the wrong spot. Maybe the jump wasn't bad, just the location I landed. But I really am not sure because like I go back in the replay and I don't know. I just didn't see what was killing me. Like I was like, this is typically works. Also, Junkrat at the start just like
Yeah.
kills me without reloading, and I didn't know he could do that. I never play against Junkrats.
Oh,
So
Junkers.
I try to fight him in a closed room, and he like
Yeah.
breaks my bubble and kills me without reloading. I was like, okay.
Yeah, well. To be honest, Junker is not usual pick on this map too, so
Yeah.
that is
Yeah, that's why I
something.
was even more upset we lost. I was like, they have a Junkrat, I have a Genji. Like, can't we just kill this guy every fight?
Yeah. That's true, that's true. Okay, so overall, also in your games, how do you think your setup as well before the fight? Is it looking good as well?
On a circuit, I have no idea where to set up for the attack, but my defense, yeah, I think my setups have become really strong.
Yeah, I think that the attack is where it's gonna be tough, and that's where you exactly need to be accurate with rotation. So might be a look into that. Maybe also adapting just what you're doing with the compositions too. Might be good one. Oh, let's see then. Can you see the stream?
Yeah.
All right. I have some
I like int
seams.
I int on this right room, Junkrat, so you can just like skip forward a little bit too past that.
Let's watch what happens.
I hear him and I'm like, oh, I can kill this guy.
Oh yeah, well he's inside. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, usually
Like,
it's just one of this small thing. Maybe can kill that. It just might be tough
I think I
sometimes.
get him to like half, and then once he knocks me out of my bubble once, I just back up, get healed, and then I come in and kill him
Yeah.
or something. But I was really surprised he blew up my bubble and killed me without reloading. I was like, holy shit.
They're really oppressive in enclosed space. That's for sure. You kind of usually, it's just intuitively. Usually, when you push them, you just need to do a little bit of poke first, and then afterwards you just commit. But well, it's fine.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. So instead of like full committing with the bubble and like jumping blind, like walk, poke him, fall back.
Yeah, this is
and
where
then close
poking
out
is
with the
actually not too bad too, because they have more advantage versus you at the really close range. It's just kind of the same as you would jump the Reaper, right? It's actually good if we trying to just right click the Reaper before, because this guy does 0 damage to us if we right click. But
yeah.
the others, if you're trying to poke a little bit too much, then this is where it might be tough. Though, they're like right clicking this map or right clicking the surge. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I get my bubble forced.
What was your thought process here? What are you doing here?
I was holding the off angle. Like I thought ball would go touch. But like this champion ball was like, oh, I actually have the time to shoot monkey, force his bubble, and then touch. I was like, oh my god. I think I took a little bit too much poke from Sojourn, but I thought I was playing cover, and I thought I'd just be getting healed here. You know what I mean? That's what I really thought.
Why to play here, not anywhere else? This is my
It's just
question.
like a different angle.
Yeah,
like because
right?
typically when ball touches, you'll have someone on the high ground, and then like Sojourn wants to swing out and swing wide here. That's what. So I'm like preventing like the BAP and the other one's coming around this corner to set up where I'm standing. And then ideally when ball touches, I jump up to the high ground and bubble it.
That sounds good. Yeah, sure. You can cut them off, I think. Especially keeping in mind the high ground if they do that. There's only one thing though, when you set up like this, even though it's an off angle in a way, this is the common route which a lot of people would take too. It's just the main street. And usually what happens if you're on the main street like that, you will get poked out, so you have to jump away from the main street and you give up the space. Okay, so my question is, if you want to try to do the same, well, sure, maybe try to set up a little bit more pressure on this high ground A, maybe set up pressure on this B area as well. Is there anywhere else where we can be?
So maybe the high ground to my left, even deeper,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure. I kind of want to stay a little close to point. Just in case I'm the one, like in case my team starts to step off and like back up onto the high ground and then I come and touch,
Okay.
I'm not
So
really
you saying
sure.
you want to stay closer because from here you're probably not gonna be one jump away. It's not gonna be too easy. You will have to probably use two
Yeah,
jumps probably. Yeah, this is what it feels
yeah.
like.
Or jump and walk,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Um,
This is understandable. Yeah. However, this is still the problem. You're gonna get pushed if we pressuring from here. So it's just
but
the
it's
main
them
speed idea.
pushing me like there a good idea. Like I really felt like
Yeah, it's good because you're on the way. You're on the way. It's just kind of you're not on. Think about it
okay.
like you. I'm just trying to give you an example because this map, yeah, generally speaking, people take this route. There's an idea of constantly holding side lanes, so this stuff will not happen to you. It's kind of when people play Ryan, they push the main lane a lot. Even though, yeah, it's not always true, but yeah, you quite good at pushing the main lane as Ryan. So you kind of acting like Ryan, so they meet you, they shoot you, you have to bubble, and this is not ideal. Where if we set up
Yes, yes.
and they push and then you bubble behind kind of pincer, this is
Hmm.
usually better. It's
So
just
it's better to hide here.
yeah, where do you
Think.
think where do
Well,
you
like I mean, maybe I would hide just like in the stairwell to my left, or like straight
yeah,
in front of me. Kind
yeah.
of like hold that corner tighter, and
Hmm.
then. But that's still in main.
Well, this is
I
not
don't know.
exactly the main though, because you closer to the other lanes. The map works in this way that you have this map, this lane here, and
Hmm.
there's also gonna be this another lane on the bottom. This now it also goes here. The blue goes into the red, and then it goes here inside the
Hmm.
building. It's totally fine. Sometimes lanes can go one into one another. And then there's another one, yellow. Yellow is this entire space. It goes. It kind of this turn and this. Yeah, this is the lane still. I think
Hmm.
this is how it looks like. And maybe you can include this part as well with the yellow. And see, you're gonna be closer to at least. If you choose this stairs, it's gonna be closer to yellow. If this is gonna be blue, you're gonna be closer to this. Because here it always will feel less comfortable, I think. But for example, if you're on yellow, well, the enemy team is pushing us, and how they gonna push you? Well, they have to break line of sight this way, so you might expose them a little bit more. I'm definitely thinking, even this, yeah, you're probably right. Even this might be tough, but this is still better. Maybe even hiding like
It's
inside
like
here,
because with
or
that, with sitting on the stair, like my backline can't see me, so I'm worried
yeah,
about taking damage and then having to jump back,
yeah,
like you said.
yeah,
Whereas like where I'm standing, I felt like my backline could see me. Here,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Here though, yeah. What about this one? In here. Here is also can be fine. Your backline have to peek this way, but it's definitely not gonna be good if you're gonna. This is why this
Stay to
ball
main.
will get forced. Yeah, they will force you out because it's an easy route to take. You're on the main lane, so you're just gonna be forced out to use the bubble. Like this is where you would play as Ryan, by the way, a lot of times. But you, Winston. Uh,
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, your whole like you don't meet them head on as Winston. Like I totally
yeah,
agree. I'm
yeah.
totally seeing that now.
I'm just not
That what this play
sure
was.
because this is hard map. I would the second point when you're trying to take that it's easier because there's a high ground. Winston might be valuable. This is really tough. You need to somehow think about the creative routes. Okay, so our just go on rotating ideas. Okay, so you gotta be first off hold side lanes. Okay, we gotta be also one jump away. Yeah, that's one thing. Well, kind of one jump away. Usually it's going to be beneficial, I agree. And another general idea. Is there anything else? Well,
So like another thing, another one of my major concerns, like the reason why I like what I did so much is because their tank died, and so I
hmm,
feel like I should take space, but I remember you said like don't take space until your team takes the previous one, right?
hmm.
So like I wanted to go further and attack the Sojourn, like the most dangerous angle, but I didn't have my bubble to do it because I got poked out.
Yeah, so that's why, because
But
this is coming
yeah.
around. But maybe, what if you do it? Because ultimately
Oh
didn't do
yeah, no.
much.
Yeah, because if I don't stand in main, then she might just walk out in the main, and
Right.
then I make the commitment. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe just sneak around those corners or something, so side
Yeah,
lanes.
yeah.
Okay. Just
Like you said, that room behind me, or the stair, or the room under the stair.
Yeah, for example, I don't think we even have to poke. We didn't do anything meaningful with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
So especially versus those guys where they have a lot of poke, you need to just be more sneaky. Okay, can be more sneaky when engaging. How do we
When
when
setting up,
engaging open space? I don't know
uh,
how you would phrase it for yourself. The general
this
principle.
this right now, I think it's just like don't be Reinhardt. Like
Yeah,
really, really, really verify when I'm playing Winston like a Reinhardt, like you said, when I'm face tanking in main.
yeah. Okay, I just thinking how do we phrase it in general? Yeah, the general principles. It's gonna be okay, holding side lanes. Okay, playing one jump away. Also, don't meet them face to face. This sort of stuff. I think it's kind of connected to the just not hold the side lane more, yeah, and don't play in the main.
Hold the side lane. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I think can be really good on this maps, especially.
Cool, cool, cool.
Maybe yeah.
Yeah, I knew that was a mistake though, placing my bubble. Like the minute I made it, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I can't carry this
That's
fight
still
anymore.
obviously allowed you still allow yourself to jump because you're right, they have to touch the point. You just it could yeah, it could be getting slightly more wildly there for sure. Okay. Huh. Let's see how we retake. Okay.
Nope.
What was the play here?
I
Why
was
you do
planning
this?
to I was gonna like jump over to the right, but I wanted to see what was around the corner first. And I
Hmm.
think I accidentally drop, and then there's a trap there.
Hmm. That's what are you getting
I was like,
punished for? Like this tiny things. You're gonna be blown. We're gonna be blown by those guys because there's open space and
mhm.
want to be more careful when engaging it. Generally speaking, yeah. So your rotation is gonna be really accurate. If you pick in the sideline like this, if it's face to face, your bubble will get forced most likely. It's similar to this, to be honest. Also, yeah. So we somehow
Okay.
need to use side
Find a
lanes
safer way
more.
to
Yeah.
scout.
Yeah. Well, scouting is not a, maybe you can peek out and just scout, but you cannot do it this way where you drop and
Okay.
press spacebar. Yeah, this is
Okay.
really
Yeah.
yeah, this is really punish at this level. Yeah, this is crucial mistake there.
Got way too far away from cover.
Yeah, you can maybe peek. You can think about those things though when you peek in. If you still want to scout, maybe peek in the way so you are not peeking the same angle with your Genji. Why? Because there's idea if you're trying to play versus any poke characters, you wanna peek from slightly different angle because they will exactly keep their attention here because this Genji is already picked. They also use the deflect and probably expect a lot of damage coming in this angle if they peek one more time. So if you peek here, you gonna be expecting those guys to shoot you a lot as
Okay. Yeah.
well. This,
Yeah.
but you see, this is where the surgeon keeps the crosshair, right? They're gonna, okay, the Genji's over there too. I also knew that, but I see the Winston. Okay, let's shoot the Winston. He's also peeking. It's still punishing. Yeah, they
Mhm.
gotta shoot you. So maybe you can also do that. Okay, so let's just maybe place it in another category. Playing versus poke. Okay, we don't wanna double peek. We want to pick
Yeah.
side a different angle somehow. Well, it's similar to what we talked about, I think, in the previous session. That's why rotations are so
No. Yeah.
important.
It's a horrible habit. I have the double peek, and there's too much right clicks. I'm still trying to get rid of it. I might just unbind the button. I don't know.
Well, Yeah, it's definitely something to be cautious about. Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put it this way. Don't double peek the same angle. Peek slightly different. Okay, that's how we call it. Yeah. So far, this all comes down to how you play open space. You don't want to get your resources forced on playing the open when peeking unnecessarily. Like even here, this is something I would be careful about because you made the
Yeah.
jump in the open, and now there's gonna be a lot of damage coming in, and this is the main lane too. It's where you would play as Ryan, right? So it might be tough. Yeah, okay, tire. Did we?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah. I was thinking though, like
Yeah, he's inside the building,
like
right? Oh
I
yeah.
should maybe I can live if I don't jump, but I don't know. I saw the Kasune ult. I saw the window. I had bubble. I was
Yeah,
like,
understandable.
worst
I
comes to
think
worst, someone uses my bubble in
I
this
think there are
moment.
only nuances really to what you could have done better. It's mostly just about this junker there, but yeah, other than
Yeah.
that, I think it's fine.
But my team clutches it.
Yeah,
Like they I feel like they win these fights without me.
yeah, that's been alright. It's only small thing really when you kind of the general principle is if there's any certain angle, you wanna either have the distance or so they have less opportunities to do something. So if you know the Junkrat's using tire and you hear these inside the building, you don't want to be slightly further away. This gives you extra chance of survival, but not necessarily. And also it gives you more chance to use the bubble the right way. So you kind of block it like you would do with the shield tank. So you flick your shield at the time when you just know the dire's coming in. It's kind of the same for you. So it's gonna be the biggest person coming in. Okay, I used the bubble and then
Yeah,
save,
I've
but it's
tried
tough.
blocking tire with
It,
bubble though.
I think it's
Like
hard.
they just
Yeah,
know like if they're in the middle of you, your
yeah,
bubble will not protect you.
yeah. Exactly, exactly. So that's why I think it's hard. Just the only. Okay. Okay, that's good. We did re-engage with the primal, and we do need it. It feels. Just kind of keep the space going. This guy.
We didn't make any real progress though.
Well, it's okay.
Like I felt like we killed a tank. I get a pick, and then something doesn't happen.
You guys have the big disadvantage there. That's why they use an ultimate too. I'm not sure. Well, I
Oh,
think
she
it's
gets
too.
her sojourn.
Yeah,
So we
don't.
are even. Hmm.
Well, not. Well, you got the air tank. Let me see how many you are. So you only have
3-on-3.
Genji, who is really low, and that's it. And Kiriko is coming back. So yeah, you
Oh.
disadvantage, but you I think might be not too
Okay.
bad to just use use the primal there. That's what happens. It's just right after this rail here, you guys getting damaged really hard. I don't think it's too bad though. I would not nitpick on that. Yeah, well, sure, maybe. I don't know what you could have done. I don't know. If you knew all this info, that you had a bigger disadvantage. It starts here,
Yeah.
sort of. Your Genji is low. You have this. Two people died, by the way. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Would you play differently,
Yeah.
or?
Uh. Well, they get my primal out, which I think is fine. I kill the Soj, but I really thought we had advantage. I guess I was so dialed in. I don't know. I guess this is my focus slipping because this just looks like a lot of sloppiness for me, to be honest. Because typically I'd know like exactly how many of my teammates are alive and how many aren't.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like after I kill the Soj, because she does force primal, and I don't think I should die because we did pick the tank, so there is like a lot of win potential here. I think. Um, I think if I kill Soj and then I get out and then I'm just a bit more patient, my team wins the next fight probably. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. There's definitely higher chance of success if we
Yeah.
be more patient there for sure. If you also think about that, you're pushing their car towards your spawn, towards their spawn, so they will touch earlier later. So this gives them extra advantage too, just a little bit, but still, it does.
Yeah, like wait, I see it now. Go back.
Yeah.
Like when I go in primal and I get the kill, and then they get my bubble. Like once I get my bubble, that's too much.
Wait, I think yeah, it's just gonna be over here.
Right here, like if I didn't use my bubble there, and I got out earlier with primal, and then I had my bubble here, and I bubbled off like the ball and their backline, like oh my god, I think we win. But yeah, then I use it alone.
Yeah, well, let's keep watching. I definitely think there's also one of the things, but definitely there's a lot to do with just how we approach this open space. Yeah, wanna keep that in mind somehow. Well, okay, so with this, we get the space. We unfortunately lost a little bit of HP though. What happened? Just small things like that. You on the main lane, you take unnecessary damage there. You see, you just keep fighting like the same thing as you did here.
But if I rotate and I'm like hugging the left instead, yeah.
Yeah, do the side
or even on the right.
Yeah, use sidelines more. You can't be one jump away. Sure, it's fine, but you want to keep in mind you're playing the poke. You cannot be playing the open too much. Now, there's a lot of cheap damage going on. You're trying to peel for the ball.
Oh, yeah.
And then there is no time for the enemy, for your team to heal you up fully. You jump here, you don't have armor. So you kind of, okay, I have to use the bubble. And then don't have armor. And you just gotta die really fast, yeah? Now, this is hard, but you have to somehow... Yeah, you have to somehow think about that. Okay, with HP pack it's easy. Yeah, you kind of maybe can ignore some of this open space.
Yeah.
Even though we get him poked. This one is not bad because your team is gonna be back by the time you have the next bubble, right? But still, it's just something to keep in mind. If maybe you have the better area to play around, you can also do that here. Maybe. It's okay. There's not much.
Yeah, I wasn't too happy about this bubble, but that is, like what you're saying is exactly what I was thinking. I was like, my team isn't really set up yet. I need to walk them in a little bit. It's fine if I take it slow right here.
Yeah, you're gonna get the bubble back. The timing is also decent there. You see their balls engaging. You go for their backline. And just where HP? Well, it was mainly ball, I think. I tried to shoot you. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this
is an ugly jump too.
We'll try to contest here. This, you said this is not great jump, or?
Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, like I jump into the middle of main. Like I could have jumped like on the side lane, like to the left, you know, with the cover.
You still kind of go there, so it didn't end up too bad because the purpose of the bubble sometimes also kind of extend your pressure a lot of times, but yeah, you always jump to the corner, jump to the side lanes if you can, so you can instantly remove the damage. Instantly, okay, just something, if something's not right, I can try to survive a little bit longer. Maybe you can also, because of that, you will bubble later or something like that.
Yeah, or they have to like walk around the corner and then I bubble.
Yeah, because here there's a bigger urge to use that, and they also know, oh, Winston jumped in the main here. Okay, let's window where here, if they window, they cannot use all of it right away. Yeah, all of them. Well, obviously they will peek you and everything, but they will do it 1-2 seconds later, and then you bubble slightly later. Well,
and then I don't get Junkrat mined, yeah.
Yeah. At this type of this here,
but don't play main. That's what I'm seeing now. Don't get poked from main. Don't play the side lanes. Don't jump directly into main. Try to jump on a side lane towards the enemy.
Yeah, exactly. It's really easy as well if you sit here. There's no verticality to it. I think it's hard to play Winston. Even though you pick the tank like Ryan or something, I think it's easier to. Because this is what, we obviously don't want that, but it's also gonna be big chance that this happens. You get in the open space, the main lane, your bubble gets forced a little bit too early sometimes, and then...
I thought that was a good bubble. Like, all my team is on tank. I feel like I activated my Soj.
It's let's put it this way. It's timing wise, it's fine, but it's just about managing your HP, right? We mentioned if I have more of that HP, maybe I can continue engaging as well, and maybe you can also try to do a little bit more pressure in general. But when I'm here, it's kind of similar to why I stay this way, like here, yeah,
Yeah,
because this the main lane. You should expect a lot of pressure going to you, so it's not too
especially
bad.
against a
Yeah,
poke comp. Yeah.
the timing rate is just maybe you can secure extra numbers of the HP, and then later on you not can do something a little bit more. Who knows? Yeah, as a tire, it's okay. We have to give up some space. Yeah, here it's kind of similar. I don't know, where should you be right now? You're in the main lane right now. Where
Yeah. Man, I mean, I'm gonna be there the whole game. Like, I don't correct that mistake in the game.
you need to somehow. What are your options though right now? Why not approach
uh,
this space later? That's understandable.
right now, like, I feel like we need to back, so I'm just trying to focus on like getting the enemy's focus on me because I'm the least likely to die while backing. I feel like. So like,
Right.
I want my Genji to live. I want my backline to live. I want their DPS
Yeah,
to be
but
shooting
your
me.
backline is not gonna live though, right? Because if these guys are smart, where you're playing, it's not like you're removing the opportunities for them to shoot your backline, aren't you?
I guess not now.
This is like, remember we talked about that too. I think it's been a lot of sessions ago. There are some tank players where they think that if they play with their team, that they're protecting them.
It'll help them,
Yeah,
but
but
they're
this is not
putting more
true.
pressure on them.
Yeah, this is not true because you always want to focus on your own pressure. And if you're not able to do your own pressure, then you cannot protect.
Oh
your
yeah, I
team.
mean, I tried to jump on the Junkrat, but
Yeah.
he booped my jump, and
Yeah,
then
but
like I was like,
yeah,
okay,
but
I
see
can't really jump like high ground.
exactly. And you see the reason though, right? It's just because you're playing
I'm in
here.
main.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
played. You can't do that jump from where? Where could you been right now?
anywhere else, yeah. This like the bottom stairs, like you said, or the high ground on my left.
Yeah, just
Just in
do.
the side lane.
Yeah,
But I
just
do it
do
from a
one of
side lane.
those. Yeah, exactly. Go there. You can go under. Play the space here on the stairs. This is also can be fine, but there's a long sideline, so I don't like it too much. I like this more because we need shorter sideline, and after that you can make something happen because you're trying to think, oh well, what if I play here? These guys will try to shoot me. My team will live, but no. These guys are also smart. It's not like you're playing in the gold lobby. They see you, okay, but they see the backline. They shoot the backline too. They're not gonna shoot you.
Yeah, yeah. No, that
So-
makes sense.
and that's why your backline dies right now, though you played there. You see that?
Yeah.
It's just those
Yep,
guys. Those guys know they're not gonna shoot you first.
No,
Well,
yeah, that
they
makes
can
sense.
be, but just there was some chances for them to shoot something else. Okay. Okay. No, I don't know. Well, what do you think?
Uh, I when I did it, I thought I was good. Like I knew it was kind of risky that I won't have the bubble. It's a little early, I guess. Like
There's nothing happening in your space, right? I see.
yeah, it's a little early. Like the when I should do that when ball touches, not before.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of times it was really good. When the ball goes in, yeah, the timing-wise was just perfect. Maybe we can place ourselves a little bit more to the side lane. And now there's timing is off, and you obviously...
I don't have bubble, and they make a clean engage.
Yeah, this main lane now... Yeah, it's this is gonna be tough. Like, if you would bubble, imagine they walk forward, and then you bubble, or ball does something, and then we bubble. I think that's gonna be so much better here. Okay. Do you have any questions about anything so far?
No, this game, like I don't know. I'm kind of starting to think my focus was slipping. I definitely think I do need to work on not taking poke though. And my mindset has never been like stay at a main.
Yeah.
But I really want to try working on playing in the side lanes now.
Especially this map,
But,
this is really punishing if you don't. I don't know, where do you play? Yeah, this can be fun. You kind of use the stairs, or you know, they make the push further. You can probably use the stop and stay on the left. Yeah, it's not too bad for sure. In the way we, yeah, you just want to make sure the action happens. When you do this, there's gonna be something. The ball is kind of in your backline, so you guys trading in a way because this ball is not getting any support. Now you can just keep harassing their support. You just want to make sure that engage in the kill zone happens, like we said. So yeah, this definitely feels better. The stuff we talked about, the kill zone. Okay, maybe you can mark it with the. I'm just marking it onto my curriculum. Looking. Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah, here I'm in main though.
I should. Well, it kind of went to the right side in the end, so this is better. But before, don't do that. You gotta be somewhere else. I think even top right as well is fine. If you're trying to apply the same rules, hold side lane. You're gonna be one jump away, and yeah, playing versus poke specifics. Just you're not gonna be playing on this open too much. You not double peek. You peek side a different angle, stuff like that. Yeah, this is common angle usually. The crosshair of the most people.
One of my DPS even said like, I think you're trying to face tank on Winston. I was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, they're partially right. Yeah, because this map, it's like a lot of the spots where you are. It really feels like I would play there if I would stay Ryan. Well, I would stay Ram. Yeah, you're not brawl tanks, so somehow you need to think about what the other options you got besides staying where the brawl tank would play. Like that was a great example. Your backline's here. Use a brawl tank would be totally here because you can pressure that backline after. But use a Winston, you can also do something else. You can be more creative. Yeah, it's just because we keep it in mind that we can cut the distance, just get in their face within the seconds. Like when the brawl tank, it's hard to do that. That's one. And second, it's just because you have limited resources, you don't want to get poked to. Stuff like that. When the brawl tanks, we can sustain a lot of times in the space where we play. Because you have continuous something. Yeah, you can... You know, the Ryan is a good example, really. The shield, you can sustain a little bit. Yeah. And then most of your shield goes towards once you do the pressure later. Because that tensions and you kind of similar to your Winston bubble. Yeah, well, Sigma too. Sigma is a poke tank, but yeah, anyway, this is where you would play a Sig probably as well, by the way. Because the sideline is good.
No, yeah, I know Sigma's like the pick on this map. I just... he was running ball. Like, I didn't feel like they were playing like a counter comp to Winston. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think this comp is alright. This comp definitely feels alright. Here, well, can't do too much with disadvantage, sure. Okay.
Yeah, I was a little wrong.
Isn't this right sideline might be really annoying for them. Okay. Okay, well, what do you think about this fight?
I'm just not present in it. Like, I don't know why I didn't hear the Junkrat, but like now looking back, like I jump on the Junkrat. Now that I can
probably
see him through
if
the
you
wall.
know. Yeah, I think that would be perfect, right?
But he gets a pick, and then I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm just tilted at this point, because I typically wouldn't make a jump like that and bubble like that.
Yeah, it's definitely definitely tough. You still kind of, the timing wise, it's not too bad because the ball is making commitment. So you also go on that backline. There's just also gonna be some sort of pressure when we do that, and it feels there's not too much. Well, we got the bad pressure. Yeah, but if it's even more continuous, that would be just perfect. Yeah, the timing wise, not too bad. Yeah, I don't know. It's just some of the small things like scouting the Junkrat, sure, but. Okay, this is good. You see what you're doing. Using side lanes, you one jump away. You're also not playing in the open. You're playing more cover space. Yeah, just what do you call it? Like more short range sideline. Let's call it that. And when not playing open, that means you play shorter sidelines. Like even here, if you compare the sideline to this when you've been playing, and I mean this sideline to this sideline. Yeah, where we do this jump. This is gonna be. When you're on the bottom, the shorter for sure. So you gotta be better. It is really good. I just want to make sure the timing is right as well.
Yeah, the timing's not right. I'm a little early.
Yeah. Overall, this really is decent. This decent setup there. It. Yeah, what happens? I'm sure. Oh, you bubble yourself because the HP.
Yeah.
There's.
I try to jump back into the trank, but the minute I get back, it ends.
I
I'm like, oh
see.
my god, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Oh, it's reasonable. Okay. You can also secure some of this if you know that you jump into the side lane, and intentionally, so like start thinking about it probably even earlier when your HP was half. Like here, where do I go next? So your HP will be secured, so you have the bubble for the right purposes. And so it's kind of, what if I end up here or even here behind this? I think this one is better because short range space. But yeah.
Yeah, I overcommit with the prime a little bit. That's the second time this game.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I tried to time it too. Yeah, but so Winston is really hard on this. This is flat sessions. It's just so much easier because you need that uptime, but at the same time, this is so open. So every tiny mistake, every tiny bits of damage, you're getting punished for it. It's insane. It's really hard. It's like playing Reinhardt on Gibraltar, even though I would do that sometimes, or playing, I would say the other things. Well, maybe playing Sigma in enclosed spaces like Legion Control Center also might be tough a lot of times. So you just getting smashed by the Brawl comms. Yeah, things like that. It's just at your level, definitely worth to think about. You don't want to.
If I try, I'm gonna try to apply the sidelines stuff first.
Yeah.
What we learned here on circuit, and then if I still struggle, I guess I'll switch Sig, and then we can talk about that.
Yeah, I think this is fine. Yeah, I think just however you're comfortable, approach it this way. You probably, as I mentioned before, probably get high percentages of value by playing Sigma, but yeah, you can also sneak in the value by playing Winston is just gonna be harder. That's all, but still possible. Yeah, I'm not against it. Definitely, we can keep doing that. Okay, so what do we do now? We could be trying to apply this. There's more niche scenario, but the sidelines are really important on any time. I don't know. What do you want to do? Do you feel like you warmed up, or you want to watch another game? Yeah.
Yeah. I think I like literally just review the whole time. I have a game where I played better. Like we win this game. I went 15-6, but it's still a long game, so I think I made plenty of mistakes that maybe like this game, the game we just watched was like my second to last game, so I'm like super tired in it. I'm not really tired, but I feel like my focus is fading. But this is game I'm a little higher focus, so maybe you'll be able to identify like my more hidden mistakes rather than the big broad ones like in this one, just standing in main playing Winston like Ryan.
Yeah, well, to be honest, we want to find more broad too. It's not too bad. So you can apply it at any time, and the general principles are sort of more beneficial. Might seem like, yeah, the usual stuff, but yeah, any of this is good. Okay, let's see what we got. Blizzard World. Okay, and what about this one? What's been hard? What's been
this is
good?
I was really happy I won this map. I felt like I played really good. I just have 6 deaths, so maybe figuring out like why I died those 6 times.
Oh, it's not a bad thing to die too. Sometimes remember that.
yeah. But I really want to get my deaths below like 5 per 10. Like I've been looking at like the GM tank accounts, and they all have like 3 deaths per 10, and mine are like 5.9. I like always die more than 5 times a game, typically. I don't know why.
No, might be taking too much bulk, but yeah, not sure.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
You think, okay, overall,
I'm listening. I heard what you said in circuit. I heard.
yeah,
I know why I got tanked
yeah,
that time.
no,
Yeah.
it's fine. What do you think you struggle with on here? Is it still taking too much poke, or there's anything else?
Uh, I don't know. I think I'm a little bit too reactionary to what the Winston's gonna do on defense. Um, and I don't really know how to use my May.
How you would
Like
use the May? What is
yeah,
that about?
like I didn't. Well, like how to play with a May
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
on
what do you
Winston.
think? Yeah, how you would play? Any thoughts?
I try to brawl with May. That's what I think. Like, but she kind of pokes. I don't know, just look for her wall. I really don't know. I maybe just let her guard the supports and look to play with my cast more. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay, the big thing about the male role is, yeah, exactly. She's gonna be suitable in brawl a lot of times. She can be just going in, trying to wall some target off, and then he can fight with them. Okay,
Hmm.
you'll notice a lot of the pressure is gonna be exactly around the wall. But there's another thing she can do. You don't have to always split something and then fight the person directly in brawl with the Mei. You can also think about the Mei like enabler for you to do something in addition, because Mei wall can block off poke damage too. The Mei wall
Hmm.
is just splits. Just use the wall in the most dangerous angle, block that, and it's gonna be fine. Okay, so that is something you can take advantage of as well if they know how to do that too. You just need to see what wall you're getting around the wall to simplify. Okay, is the brawl wall? Is it the wall which blocks the sideline, so you can use that more? Maybe you can even try to use this setup. Yeah, just try to get closer and then fight or something sometimes.
Hmm.
But yeah, this is pretty much it. You don't have to always stay with them. I think. Well, definitely not do that, because you the dive tank overall. You need something else. You don't have any dive character with you, so might be harder to exactly look for the dive. But this is where we can still be patient, play around the resources, see okay what the stuff we got. Jump from the sideline and done decent amount of damage, I think, because they made a commitment. Yeah, they kind of committed towards your space. You go here. Okay, where's the Mercy? It's kind of not much happening. But
Yeah.
yeah, what do you think about this jump here? What was the thought? Just go on the Widow because she's scary?
Well, I saw the Mercy fly behind at 1 HP, so I knew the Kyrie was there, and I knew the Widow was there. But yeah, I wanted to attack the Widow so she couldn't get like a shot on my team, but she kills someone. But my main thing was like I was just trying to try to kill the Mercy, I think, or pressure the Mercy, pressure the supports. I was like, I don't see Winston, I don't see Genji, I don't want them going to help them.
Yeah.
But I make the space already, and I could have collapsed on the dive,
It's just
and
kind
then
of,
Kiri would have had to TP in or something.
yeah. Well, this is definitely not bad to pressure them, just intention. So we're doing that because we're getting a kill on the person. You probably just expect to get a kill on the Mercy, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. It's just our previous session we talked about. When we doing all of that, this is fine, but you always want to keep second factor in mind, just not always what's killable, but also look at what is more threatening and pressure this angle. So, for example, here, jumping, those guys make sense, but it's gonna be for the purpose, so this Widow will not do much, because she is more dangerous.
Okay, so
Okay.
I should have been more prioritized on stopping the Widow.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
will be stop
she
the Widow and then shoot those guys, probably. That's how it would look
hmm
like. Yeah, what do you think?
yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely should have bubbled her off. Like I jump a little too deep with my bubble.
It's a slight change, I think, and this is fine, to be honest.
Mhm.
Yeah. You can think about it through the lens of win conditions or something. And the one part about win cons is you just look at your resources. Okay, you can think about what you pressure around. We mentioned, okay, we got the wall, we got this and that, we can pressure around that. But you can also think about the enemy resources too, and disable those. So if you look at the enemy comp, what are the biggest resources you can disable? Like, so, yeah, make sure they're not using those. What is this more scary stuff here on their team?
Widow and the Genji.
Yeah, Widow or the Genji, I think. That's how you might lose the pressure. You might
Yeah.
lose some duels, yeah.
But
So,
only really the Genji if he's going in at the same time Monkey. If I see only Genji, like I don't think I gotta worry about it. But Widow is threatening all the time. If she's alive, like your team plays differently. You know, they won't peek the corner. They won't.
That's true.
So I'm definitely thinking about that now. Like Widow.
Yeah, the Widow definitely feels the biggest threat because of the burst potential too, for sure. But if the Genji's in a range to do something, then you also want to consider going on him, like you did before.
Like I saw the Winston and Genji jump up top, so I was like, oh,
that was good.
Time to go Genji.
Yeah, that was good. But the second jump is what is that threat I'm pressing next? It was not the best one. You indirectly can pressure the Widow this way, so punish the Mercy, but you gotta keep in mind that this is the main focus. Okay, what I do to do the Widow, and then I pressure this guys away after, this would be perfect, I think. Yeah, you kind of jump a little bit differently there, would be just fine. Your team still might die to the Genji or something, but at least you just reduce some sort of pressure. Maybe there's gonna be less chance for them to die from the Widow. It's gonna be fine. But yeah, it's definitely at all times. I'm fighting the most dangerous angle.
Yeah.
Okay.
There I made like a dumb jump into main, and I only didn't get punished because this wasn't a poke comp.
Yeah,
wasn't looking at me.
I want to say that you either definitely want to be careful. This kind of more forgiving if you can live and then wait for the actual fight and then use the bubble later. But yeah, you guys, okay, you guys can stabilize maybe. Alright. She gets support. This is a little bit annoying. Oh, nice. Your venture is doing stuff too. When a Winston, this is fine. Okay, now Genji goes there. This is decent. Well, the Winston was committing too. So we just fight the most dangerous, whatever is more killable. So I think makes sense. If it wouldn't need peek, of course, the Winston is jumping away, so maybe don't jump now or something, but to be honest, it's okay. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's hard in the moment. They've been exactly jumping right when you're about to jump, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, and they actually did commit later on, too, because they stay in the primal. They have this value of the primal. They gotta do something with that. They either push you or they push your team, which is more preference. Yeah, they should push your team. I also use the bubble for no reason. Perfect.
Yeah, this guy's not me on Winston. He's not a one trick. Boom poke,
you see what you've done, yeah?
yeah.
You're gonna lose all the value there, all the armor. You kind of, well, let's scout, but...
And the jump and the... Yeah, no, this is bad. This is bad use of cover. And way too deep of a poke.
Because if you're also trying to scout, I don't think it's too bad if you think about the verticality, because partially, you didn't mention that. I want to scout, I want to see where the enemy is. This is fine, but you need to do more jumping above. Let's see. I think there was a good example. I just been sometimes I've been watching this one. There was from a long time ago. Let me see. Fearless. Maybe scout with jump. Okay, this is good. Okay, give me a second. I see the high rank players do that a lot. That was from 2 years ago, I think. Give me just a couple seconds. I will make sure the video is on.
How do you try and...
Okay. Yeah. Okay, should be working. All right. Let's just see. Especially at those early stages, you want to scout. But the thing is, when you're playing versus poke, do not double peek same angle. Peek slightly different. And also as a note, you can use verticality and jump if you want to scout versus them. Because the same rule applies. I cannot double peek those guys. And they have, even this comp, actually pretty strong poke in here. You see that they have the Echo, they have Ana,
yeah.
they also have Zenyatta, right? There's gonna be a lot. And see, what the Fearless will try to do a lot of times is, okay, I just want to wait for the moment where it's gonna happen. Okay, because they made the jump, they're trying to push the angle away. Okay, here, they just also do stuff. This guy commits, so we can bubble.
Bubble
That's
off the dam,
fine.
yep.
Okay, and after that, well, they get nanoed. Oh, maybe it was even early then. Give me a second. Because this fight is active. Because there was a reason why I saved this. Maybe it starts here. Okay. No, we wait. There's a reason you can. Well, there's not much you can do.
In team play, you also like I know in team play, like the tank on this map just sits tank point.
Yeah, a lot of times it can be you or the tracer really on this map because the others, they get more benefit out of the controlling the high gun because you also need to push the card, right? But because you have mobility, you can always engage the fight. And this is gonna be kind of this example of where I have short sideline, but I'm kind of under this guy's. Okay,
yeah, and standing cart on this map is just like the most dangerous thing on planet Earth.
Yeah. Oh, this example. Okay, so this is what might happen to you sometimes too. It's a little bit forgiven too when you even peeking the poke comp. If you're trying to scout. You see, the purpose is not the right click is so good, yeah? The first purpose is see where everybody is. I think the Lucio partially also doing the scouting, but if you want to do that, remember this map on the circuit too. Why we don't use the verticality, because the crosshair, those guys are not going to be on you right away. So if you're really good with cover as well, how you can peek it, you see they made this short jump, okay? And then they back to the cover, because this is the cover they play around. This is also point, kind of, and this is going to be fine. So something we can do even around here, when we just go and try to peek, what if I jump briefly, and then look what's happening? Yeah, this is also fine. What do you think?
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Just stuff like that.
100% agree. That this was dumb.
Yeah, because your jump.
And then I don't use my jump anyway.
Yeah.
So like I could have used it for scouting and not giving him alt charge, and not taking damage.
Now, I want to say jump is really so much less forgiving compared to the bubble. You can definitely use it so much more. So like we have to hold it forever. Yeah, especially when they have the poke comp, you have more time. Usually, once they approach, kind of use one jump for rotation and maybe scouting together. And then after that, we can just have the best setup possible, engage, jump away. Yeah, that's when you're gonna have another jump too, right? But yeah, there's a lot of times. That's why I was saying you can set up. Yeah, you don't have to hold the jump. You can set up. You know what's the jump always. And the scouting also can be something we can do too. Okay. It's a lot of damage there. The Adventure does the job. Well, this is fine because there's more dangerous angle to play around. So we go on the Kiri, so we disable the Genji. Can be okay. You kill the Genji afterwards. Yeah. Alright. Now they have Soldier instead of the Widow, so it can also be the one.
Way more poke.
Yeah. So it's either pressure Soldier or pressure at the Genji. That's fine. Resources getting used. The Soldier is well, that's a small thing, but yeah, can also make the difference. Oh, it's fine. I think the way we control space, yeah, going the Soldier too is perfect. We don't even have to kill them a lot of times, as long as you just keep those guys busy, and then afterwards you clean everything, it's gonna be alright. Yeah, it was not the best time, but this guy to use the primal too.
He still got rally out somehow.
Yeah. Well. Do you remember what was the thought about that jump there? You got you engage with a venture or
Well, yeah, and I just saw like Soldier alone on the right, so I thought I could force him out.
Yeah.
And like I know where the point is, so I thought our main fight wouldn't be at this choke. I thought it'd be like further
sounds
back.
reasonable. Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. Did we have time? I'll have to cleave damage.
I think I get lucky because the cast does come around the corner reloading. Oh, he's not cast. I don't know where I saw that. That's our cast.
Yeah. That's alright. That's alright. I think you also might need the jump too. Yeah, it's always better, of course, if we can try to peek differently, because those guys' cross are gonna be right in your face now. But yeah, we do be cleave damage. We might need the jump to jump away too, so it's alright. Okay. Yeah, this is good high ground to use. Bubble is okay, it doesn't matter. But I would, if you want to do that, then
I've been really resisting the urge to use my bubble. Like I feel like that's another thing I really improved on. Having my bubble when the fight is occurring. Like I know we worked on that because I would try to rotate my cooldown too often, and there'd be times where it, like, for example, this would be a little too late or something, and then I wouldn't have my bubble for when they actually pushed. But I was actually really proud of that bubble usage. I was like, yes, I have my bubble back. I got free poke.
Yeah,
stalled
this is perfect.
them a couple seconds.
This is perfect. You're just trying to sneak in the value in here. It just either you get the poke value. There's also a small thing such as even during this stage you can bait somebody to go on you. If they go on you, then you can use the bubble afterwards. But now it's probably poke value is still fine because they're all resetting, so it's alright. I'm not sure why not. Why not literally keep playing on this high ground? Why do you go back to the main lane?
I just didn't think my team was gonna take a fight there. I'm afraid to get stuck.
All you guys are set up to fight this choke.
I thought that that Genji was just gonna poke me out. Like he was just gonna take my armor and stuff.
Yeah, well, makes sense how to, because we want to maintain those side lanes. Remember, the Circuit Royale example was kind of a similar one too. Yeah, I don't want to get my armor forced, but playing hard cover using short sidelines. What is the way? If this Genji is up here, okay, we can even look at the POV. How to not get poked from the Genji? What is needed? How do you
like I guess I could walk down on the stairs or something.
Yeah, just use.
But I'm just afraid this cast knows I'm here, so he's gonna come up. He's gonna flashbang me, right click me. So like,
yeah, but where the cast is gonna come from?
Behind me, yeah. He's in between me and my team.
Is right there. You also the scout. Yeah, if he's doing that, obviously you hear the footsteps. Then yeah, it's different story. I think you can give up this, but you can literally sit here, and those guys are gonna be trying to push you while you afterwards. Again, thinking maybe they make too hard commitment, then you use the bubble. It probably will not stay here. I want to say that it probably will jump away and try to set up there, but at least there's a slight chance you baiting them to make a mistake by playing this really good space, using the side lanes a little bit more while also using the short sideline too. Yeah, you use short range space a little bit too much. It's so annoying for them. This is where, if you can stay here, I would definitely do that, just because of where your team is set up to. They've been setting up right where you are. But a lot of times, because your level is also something, yeah, there's something to keep in mind. Your comp really likes to use this high ground. I don't know why you guys playing there, but it's something we cannot communicate for sure. But I think your comp is really good at using this high ground. You also have some anti-dive character too, so just in case if they go on you, you have the good short range setup on this entire space. This is insane. A lot of people underestimate. Just use this high ground. It's really good. If you can call this out, might feel like you're spawn holding, but you can spawn hold with this comp. You have more brawl there anyway, so this is good. Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, Mercy just left this gas. Okay, they gotta survive now. Well, Adventure is doing stuff. She's gonna live? Probably not.
Yeah, she committed, so I committed. But looking, I knew I should have just let her die. Like I don't stall the point out any longer by dying with her.
That's not bad though. I think that makes sense because it might, maybe there's a
I
chance
might get a kill,
something,
yeah, or something.
because maybe they miss and then your venture does a lot to, have time to recontest on this. Is it the same? No. It's kind of, you're trying to stop the point, I know, but.
Yeah, and I have primal, so
cover.
I have noticed like once I get primal, I get really lazy about taking poke.
Yeah.
I like don't. I'm just like I'm just gonna pop primal, but that's not how I should be thinking. I should be milking like all my resources.
Yeah, this is true. So, yeah, primal gets you to stall this point, good, but we can also just stall that even more if you secure the HP, secure the armor. Okay. Well, what's happening? That's Winston. Alright, well, I guess. That's good for you. Well, you kind of use an Rally too. I'm not sure you even need it unless the Genji's committing.
My brig is so dumb with the rallies this game.
Because this guy, you still get value, to be honest. You know why? Because you get HP. So if this guy is forced out, even though you 1v1, kind of one-on-one ultimate, you push with some of the HP, so have an advantage. Your comp is more brawl too, so it's okay. You see this overhaul.
I know, but you popped it like they were back in our spawn. Yeah. It's like, ugh. But I'm not focused on her. I'm not focused on her. Nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, it's alright. That's a really good space of holding. And it can cleave damage there. This is one of the examples where I'm not sure. You do play the main lane, but is there anything else you do?
I think I get away playing the main lane in this game a little bit more than Circuit because of the map and the comp. Like this guy's on Winston as well.
I'm just thinking, even this. Okay, you started using side lane. Okay, yes, you need to poke out what's more important. Yeah, I mean, zap what's more important. It does bigger pressure, bigger threat. But how you do that? Is there any value to sneak in here? What do you think?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm afraid to walk like the Genji hard because he is being healed by Mercy. So I typically do not kill through that unless I commit jump. And I don't want to commit jump in front of a cast.
Right.
So maybe I instead of like jumping back, I go back to the place I was at.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, well, what if you keep literally playing the side lane, be annoying, stopping the card? What if you even let this card to push a little bit and you play inside the space, so this guy's like, okay, this Winston gotta go. Yeah, this Winston gotta go. Otherwise, we can't do much. I think it's gonna be tricky because, the sideline. Because they exist here, they have slight advantage if you play this corner. But once you go here, then you're gonna have an advantage. You see, it's always the maps is created this way, so you can kind of push one angle and then you have to give up the space. Yeah, so you gotta keep that in mind and see where your team is playing, kind of force them in the kill zone. Because this guy, he's baited you in the kill zone now. You feel like, yeah, I gotta fight, okay. But then he's forced you to on this sideline, which is not in our favor. Yeah, there's a lot of cheap, not cheap damage coming in. Yeah, but it's just a lot of damage, which is, we don't want to even controlling that. We want controlling those guys. So how do I do that? Well, I don't know. We're playing inside.
Stay in cover, force them to push me.
Something like that is okay. Yeah, there are also some other options, but this is what happens. Maybe he's not doing it intentionally, but still, this is just the stuff. Yeah, they're trying to sneak in the value there this way. I definitely think there's something to consider, especially knowing that you have more brawl comp anyway. You gotta keep that in mind. Just once you guys are ready to collapse, sometimes force them into your short sidelines, you're gonna be fine. Okay. You guys should be fine with those ultimates. Wait, the Winston died again. Why? What are he doing? He's making some... definitely playing so much better.
Yeah.
This guy is just... what happened? Yeah, he's kind of making
He
the
was
same...
on
He's going from
circuit. He was.
here to here, and he's on the main, and he's also not committed in a space where the rest of his team can easily follow up on. So
Yeah. He's making old noob mistakes that I would make.
yeah. The start point as well always feels that some sort of brawl character is really good too. Yeah, well, but the Winston's definitely better here compared to the circuit. Circuit's so hard.
Yo, yeah. I love Blizzard World.
Yeah.
I hate the map bans. I've played so much circuit.
Oh, you played
People,
with that already? Yeah, we haven't had a chance to do too many sessions after that. Well, at least we've been not focusing on the map bans, and yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's just circuits. I had 4 games of circuit yesterday. I was like, oh.
That's,
Why do people want to play the map? It's so bad. Even on DPS, like unless you're a Widow main, like that map sucks.
Yeah, it's really good for the Widow or like Ashe or Surge.
Yeah, like the worst characters in the game that no one likes. Surge Widow.
Yeah. Okay, sneaking in the value before. Nice, okay. Now we have the bubble when the fight starts. Ah, well, this is... Yeah, wanna be careful. Don't get bubble. Okay. Well... This is definitely the one something to be careful about.
Yeah, that Genji draws me into the kill box a lot. Because I feel like I get a lot of value zapping Genji, but I see what you're saying now that's not a whole lot of value.
Yeah,
he's
just
baiting me.
You need the action. If there's someone who's already baited, then this is good. Remember we talked about it's indirect pressure, yeah? Someone goes in our kill zone, I do something. It depends on, do I fight the kill zone? It's our previous session, yeah? Do I fight the kill zone? Or do I just go on somebody else? Yeah, outside. Yeah, just so that was more valuable. Now it's off. No one's pressuring your kill zone. So he just throws you in, yeah. Okay. This is really good. This is how you draw them in your kill zone too. If you can play cover like this, okay, this Genji goes, okay, I can maybe even bubble. I'm not sure. Well, you have 2 people. I don't think it's too bad to try because you still you get all the support in the world. I definitely think you can.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't want to stagger here. I'd rather try to kill them than stagger.
Yeah, you just kind of... why not to keep killing them from here, you see? I mean, you can always jump away too, right? So...
Well, they're like... I know you say, like, you don't actually help your team by stacking on them. But, like, I knew the Genji and the Winston, like, they're gonna cleave. Like, they're gonna ignore me. You know, that's what I was thinking. So I jump over and I bubble.
So, what if we deal with their backline? If they jump? What's the high value?
Well, I don't know. I feel like if I push their backline too hard, I might convince my supports to stay, and they might overcommit.
Oh.
Whereas like here I'm really focused on like if the Genji decides to dive,
okay, yeah.
I want him to die. And so like I was really thinking like if I land on my brig, we'll have her added melee damage. Whereas if I stay on the corner, she might dash over to start meleeing.
I think it's
so like the
reasonable.
minute I see the commitment to force and start poking me, like that's when I decide to move and bubble.
No, it's reasonable to have the lower tempo too. It's probably... I would say that though, if you really know that these guys are making the push around the corner, then I probably think you stop them. If not, you don't want to jump. Well, if you jump, obviously it's not gonna be too big about it because they make a commitment. Those guys are jumping, you might get even better resource trade. But this... I just want you to make sure if you confirm that if there's no push around the corner, which you can cleave, well, there's kind of Kiriko coming in, but yeah, it's definitely okay if there's nothing else to do. If we kind of do the damage on their backline.
There, I just felt like I was deciding to fight in my kill box.
Yeah,
like, that is my kill box.
This is fine. Okay, well, whatever. Just pushed them away. Okay.
Yeah,
well, just gotta clear then. Not sure you even need. Well, it's. Yeah, I don't think it's needed. Even though they die, I think it's bigger value probably. Somebody dies.
push
How about a
cart.
spawn? Yeah, you push card too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. It was a hard decision, especially after the person died. I was feeling the pressure to go deal with that. My bubble dropped. Whoopsie.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, well we know what happened there. Okay. Right. Are there any anything you have questions about? Maybe. I know.
No,
Kind of
I think I'm gonna hit GM. I'm gonna play the side lanes, and I'm gonna hit GM.
Yeah.
Because I've seen just how much value I'm losing now. With that poke.
It's definitely should help. Should help a lot. Because the targets. So far, what we got? The target priority is decent, so we can check this one off. We also have this timing, which is decent too, so we can check that off as well. We also have kill zone. Well, kill zone is fine. A lot of times is good stuff. Obviously, try to polish that a little bit more too. I want to say that it's sometimes you want to make sure there's a clear commitment, so you're not forced to push the kill box or baited to push the kill box before something happens. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I get too focused on like the uptime and the damage, and I'm like, I'm sitting here, gotta zap something. So I strafe across main and zap whatever I can. But no, yeah, don't push into their kill box. Wait for them to push into ours.
Yeah, it definitely looks better though because we have this overall. It's better time in target priority. It's definitely helping a lot. You see a lot of times in even the previous. Yeah, watch the circuit royale. It's looking better. The ball goes in. Okay, I can maybe go in. I don't necessarily have to go in the ball. Just suck that back line. This is perfect. Okay, make sure something happens in the kill zone. You go in, and we also got, well, the setup. Well, with the circuit royale, we definitely figured that out. But the maps like this, I think it's all right. Usually when I have high grounds, it always feels that we can do something a little bit more. Was the setup? Yeah, it usually looks better. Definitely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is exactly what happens. If
he
you
wanted me, yeah.
Yeah, you now you sitting here. There's a passive value. I'm not because you don't have the space. He's trying to right click you, yes, but you have all the support in the world, and he's walking inside your kill zone, so this guy dies.
Yeah.
That's what you want to be doing as much as possible too. That's why this third point example was so good, I think. If you just force their attention on you somehow. This is it. This one, I'm not sure. What do you think?
Yeah, no, this is an early engage. No team to
this
follow up on the bubble.
This kind of ventures in, right? But I
think I achieve the same thing if I stay high ground.
Yeah,
and
probably.
don't use bubble.
This kind of also always feels that when we jump this area, there's a big urge to bubble because we expect so much damage to come in as well. And yeah, engaging with your this dam is alright, but you're right. The high ground.
If I just hold high ground, wait for my cast and like break it on it to set up, I think I get more value.
I get in nano, can kill the Mercy. Where's the brig? Kill the brig. I mean, Kiriko. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's fine. That's good high ground to use. You can always drop now. You fight at the kill zone. When they make a commitment, they go for the Kyrie ult. We probably can even just use a slide later because this Winston, they just committed the bubble, no reason. You see, you kind of fight when there's a slight advantage in your favor, and if they use the cooldown like this one, which is gonna be expired later, and they're getting almost no value out of it anyway, I think this is where we can kind of hold and just use the bubble maybe 2 seconds or later. So they actually make a little bit more commitment. Yeah, like not necessarily maybe jump in fully, but something. Yeah, they walk, even though those guys would jump in. Okay, you can just cleave damage all this. It's a good example, by the way, where you're just fighting directly. You trade the backlines, but that's fine, honestly, because you also have Venture as you, and even though you don't have Venture, I think I probably do the same thing because trading the backline's so valuable. There's also the fact even where the spawn is. Yeah, just 1-2 seconds. The bubble is off. Okay, wait. They also use the Kiriko. Ultimately, not kind of fully committed. Yeah, and then it's gonna be just perfect. It's like more. Okay. This one.
I get lazy with Primal.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever, I have Primal. I can't die.
Where should you go first?
To the left. I should walk left. 100%.
Walk. Wait.
But they don't have a Junk. They don't have a Torb. They don't have a Reaper. They don't have a Bastion. Like,
well, it could be possible. Potentially.
And I hold that corner that I was holding on them.
Yeah.
On defense. Oh my.
But potentially it could be. I'm just. This might be tough because you have this. If they do scout it, I think you're gonna have a hard time because you can't use the jump. That's my concern. Maybe.
Yeah, it is a closed environment, but I think that is good on this comp. Like, cause the only time I really get screwed over is when they have like a Torb in there or like a Reaper, you know. But the casts, like, I don't know.
What if we jump here and then approach the space somehow differently as well?
Yeah. I mean, definitely not like what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's
more side lanes.
But this one, I'm just because if I'm playing versus the good team, then there's gonna be the cast. It would be marking this angle a lot of times because they expect. Who they expect? They expect Venture here. They expect Venture. They expect maybe your cast as well. This is a less of a chance, but yeah, this might be marked. So if you walk, you kind of waste the time. And
even if they do hold like that right door, like what I'll do is I'll pick up the Mega and then I'll walk even further left, and I'll take the high ground behind them.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, if you can cross this, there's no problem. If you cannot, if you're getting marked like here right away, then it might be tough. That's all.
Yeah.
Because as long as we have this, yeah, you play short sideline, but you have this, and you can always use the jump and abuse the open, you're gonna be fine. But if we stuck in enclosed space, this is what we don't want. We don't want to be stuck versus any comp. The brawl, the poke, we just want to be so careful about this. But yeah, it's definitely not this though, like you mentioned. Okay. Maybe let's.
I had a crazy juggle and I overcommit. But yeah.
Yeah.
I actually go ham here. I do so much damage, but I do it way too early, and I didn't have my armor in my first engage. With
I think your Venture was out of the fight too when you jumped in. That's fine though.
But I know what to work on now. Stay out of sight. Stay out of main. Void poke. Play side angles more. And then really play the kill box, wait to see a hard commit into my kill box before I make my hard commit. Don't get my hard commit baited. Don't get pulled into enemy kill box.
Yeah, making sure something happens in the kill zone, you go in. And also keep that in mind. Play cover more when you have Primal. Yeah, play cover, do rotations. Do rotations more still. You don't want to be, like I mentioned, lazy with that.
Double peek. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, double peeking in general, it's gonna be a big thing.
The quickest way to lose your armor.
Yeah, you want to be doing something else. And remember, the way you can peek if you still want to scout, you can also do the jumps too. Yeah, you can always start to go up, try to sneak in additional value this way. As long as you use short range space, it's gonna be alright. We also, we do play one jump away, so we don't want to work on that, but it's just something to keep in mind with the sidelines when you do all of that. You definitely don't want to be too far, unless the map read allows you to do so. Sometimes if there are maps with a lot of high grounds, we can play more than one jump away. I think you can just try to even go all the way, be all the way in the back or something, and it can also work. But this is more niche. Yeah, you definitely want to be usually be one jump away when fighting. Yeah, like example, if I'm fighting this choke, I'm here, I'm one jump away, I'm gonna be all right when my team is here. Yeah, always stuff like that. Okay, well, I think we pretty much summarized everything. What we need to work on should be good. Is there anything else you have questions about? Maybe anything else you wanna mention?
No, I'm really excited to play today. I'm gonna eat some
Nice,
breakfast and start the climb, start working on it.
nice, nice. It's gonna be early grind right away. Yeah. Okay, perfect, perfect. Well, if you don't have any questions, then I gonna send you the summary, and
Mhm.
for the next time, we probably look into team comps or win conditions more. We'll
Mhm.
see though. Maybe there's something else too, but yeah, I'm just gonna
Mhm.
keep
Yeah, and if I'm
that in mind.
GM, like who knows? Maybe I'll, I don't know, learn a new character. Like the second that, because
Oh
once
yeah.
I hit GM, that is
Oh,
my goal
oh,
really. Because my goal was top 500, so I thought I'd beat
uh,
GM already since I've hit top 500. But they
yeah,
made GM way harder to get. You have to be like top 200, top 300.
yeah, exactly. It's
So
even
once I
harder.
hit that rank, new hero. My next VOD review might be Tracer or like something. I don't know.
Tracer.
Whatever. Yeah, I want to learn. I want to learn the next role. I don't know if I'm gonna go straight into Zarya or Sig, but I think I'm gonna go either Tracer or Zen.
Okay. Oh yeah, those characters are good. They have good
Yeah.
character potential for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tracer just
especially
because she's the
Tracer.
meta. Like, come on, and she's so much fun to
Honestly,
play. I'm
any
not gonna lie.
meta, I always see the good Tracer gets insane amount of value. I'm always one of
Yeah,
the because it's one of the highest skill ceiling characters, and if you know how to play that, you can outplay so many things. So
yeah. Ever since I saw Awkward's like unranked to GM 100% win rate on Tracer, like I wanted to learn that character. I was like,
yeah.
holy shit,
I don't know.
100% win rate.
I never watched even when I was playing with in Europe with Awkward. He was always playing support, for the most part. His signature characters were Ana, Zen, and yeah. I never saw him play DPS, but yeah, there are definitely some good Tracer examples you can also look at as
Yeah,
well when
that's the
implementing
crazy
the
thing. Like
concept.
he's a support player, but he had a 100% win rate on Tracer just because like the timing, the engagements,
Yeah,
like
yeah, obviously he's a good
everything about
player.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's really
So,
good. Okay,
but
yeah,
yeah, I can't wait to work on it. Thank you for the coaching.
yeah, no
See
problem.
you. I'll schedule the session probably in like 2 or 3 days
Sounds good.
after I get
Sounds
some
good.
games under my belt.
Yeah, and don't forget about the offline review. Make sure you send some games
Mhm.
to me. I'll take a look briefly, maybe just how you worked on the stuff, and then should be okay. All right.
All right. Thank you.